Hi guys, welcome to our full body flexibility flow. If you're feeling a bit tight, this flow is going to be perfect to stretch you out. I'm Sarah from Within Yoga and welcome. Let's start seated, but I'm going to get you to kneel. So tuck your toes under, grab your little baby toe and pull it forward so it's also part of the stretch. And I want you to send your bum back towards your heels. So I'm going to be honest, this is going to start to feel intense quite quickly, but I promise I'm going to try and distract you through it. If it does feel too much at any moment, just start to lift your bum and you can always lift all the way up. But do try and keep your toes tucked under. They're just one of those parts of the body that we neglect so much. And I really want us to stretch from head to toe, or should I say from toe to head in this session. So take a deep breath in. Sigh out. Deep belly breath. Release. And let's do one more breath here. Inhaling. Exhaling. I'm going to try and distract you, I promised. Inhale, sweep your hands high. Clasp your hands behind your back. Pull the tummy in, breathe in, push your heart forward, and exhale, find a gentle back bend. So back bend involves sticking your bum out, keeping your tummy squeezing in, pushing your chest forward, drawing your shoulder blades back and down. We're here for 3. Squeeze your inner thighs to keep that activation. 2, try and feel all of your back body muscles contract, and the same between the left side and the right side if you can. And 1, breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Inhale, release. Reach your arms forward, rounding through the back. Clasp your hands, push your palms forward. Drop your chin towards your chest. Now push forward with the palms. We're here for 3. Try and send your breath into your side body, into your back body. 2, keep pushing. 1, breathe in. Breathe out. Now I know your toes are probably screaming at you. Rise up. Let's come into all fours. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, and pat the tops of the feet onto the floor just to let them release. Good. And let's do a cat-cow. So inhale, arch the back. That means a back bend, sticking the bum out, pull the chest forward. And as you exhale, rounding the spine, push the floor away, chin to chest. Pull your hip bones towards your arms. Bum sticks out, belly drops down, chest lifts. Breathe in. And exhale, round. Let's do that one more time. So on your inhale, you're actually stretching through the front of the body as you strengthen through the back body. And as you exhale, push the floor away, building that spinal mobility, stretching back body, strengthening front body. Good. Then come back to neutral spine again. Breathe in. Send your bum towards your heels again. Breathe out. I'm going to shimmy myself a little bit further forward so you can see me. Now we're going to start to lean back. We're going to stretch through our shins. So I really meant it when I said toes to head. So we're starting with the feet, the legs. Now pick your knees up as much as you can. It may not look like this. It may actually look something like this, and you'll feel a strong shin stretch, and that's okay. So just find the stretch that works for you, running down the front of the leg. And we're here for 3. Try and sit tall. Lean back. 2. 1. And again, don't worry about how it looks, only how it feels. And let your knees drop down. Good. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale, sweep your right arm all the way up. Let's lean to the left using your left fingertips for support. We want to find a side body stretch. So I want you to think lifting up straight to the ceiling first, and then try and find the lean, breathing into the right rib cage. Try and have your bicep and your arm in line with your right ear. So working on that shoulder flexion as well as the lateral flexion, so that side bending and stretching out through the side body. Good. Then we're going to come back up, breathe in. Switch. Side body stretch the other way, breathing in. Breathing out. And this is one of those parts of the body that can get really tight and stiff. And actually, by breathing into the ribs, not only are you stretching through the side of the body, you're stretching through the rib cage, which actually is going to help your breathing. And one more here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Let's rise up. Inhale. And let's switch. Let's do one more each side. Right arm up. Lengthen through right side body. And then lean to the left. Breathing in. Breathing out. Good. Let's rise up. So trying to move into all the different directions of the spine. Side body stretch. Breathe in. Breathe out. You might feel this in the left outer hip. One more here. Good. Inhale, rise up. And this time again, we're going to clasp our hands behind our back. Looking for spinal extension. Lift the chest. Stretching through the front of the body. You're reaching the fist back and down. Breathing in. Breathing out. Now let's look for spinal flexion. Reach forward again, clasp the hands, push the palms forward. Breathing in. Breathe into the back ribs, into the side ribs. One more. Good. Then inhale, rise up, reach your hands down. And as you exhale, drop your right shoulder towards, right ear towards right shoulder. You can lift up your right hand, place it over the left ear, and just gently let the weight of the right arm pull the head down. Now with your left arm, reach it out to the side. So it's at a bit of a diagonal, and I want you to imagine that you're opening and closing a jar. And as you do this, pull the left shoulder blade down the back. So you're really finding that stretch through your traps, through your neck. And this one can feel a little bit nervy. So try and breathe through it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathing in and out. Let's do one more. Good. Left hand down, right arm up, right arm down. Let's do a spinal roll or neck roll, chin to chest. Left ear, left shoulder, send the back of the head back. Right ear, right shoulder, chin down. Reverse. Right ear, right shoulder. Head slowly and gently back. Left ear, left shoulder. And chin down. Good. Head lifts. Left arm up. Gently place the left hand over the right ear. And gently draw the left ear towards the shoulder. Right arm reaches out to the side at a bit of a diagonal. And we're opening and closing that jar. And I don't know about you guys, but my right side always feels a little bit different to my left. And it's important to note, just in general, as humans, we're not always symmetrical. So it's really normal to have a dominant side, a tighter, a weaker side, a stronger side, whatever it may be. So a couple more breaths here, just finding that rotation and that twisting through the arm. And being with whatever sensation that you're feeling, trying to stretch out the neck. Just don't let the shoulder shrug up. Keep pulling it down to feel that sensation. Let's spend one more breath here. Good. Amazing. And slowly head lifts, arm up, hand down. Let's drop our chin to our chest again. Right ear, right shoulder. Head drops back. Left ear, left shoulder. Chin drops down. Reverse. Left ear, left shoulder. Head back. Right ear, right shoulder. And head down. Good. Let's lift the head. Let's come back into our all fours. We're going to take it into our first downward dog. So inhale, arch the back. Send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Maybe walk your hands forward, feet back, finding a dog that suits you. And we're going to pedal out through the feet to get into our hamstring. So the back of the legs is one of those areas that gets super tight just in general. Inhale, lift the heels. Right knee bends, left heel pushes down into the floor. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Keep driving the left heel down as you jack the sit bones up, squeezing the lower belly in. And then heels high and switch. Left knee bends, right heel down, spending a couple of breaths, trying to straighten out through the back. Well, straighten out through the right leg, pushing the thigh back in space, pushing the right heel down. Heels high on your in-breath, right knee bends, left heel down. Heels high on your in-breath, left knee bends, right heel down. Beautiful. On your inhale, let's come forward to plank again. Breathe in. Dropping your left knee down to the floor, breathe out. Amazing. Now straighten through the left leg, keep the toes on the floor. Use your right foot as a kickstand, open out towards your left. Left arm reaches all the way up to the sky. So this is a modified side plank. Lift and reach your left arm overhead. Try and keep the arm in line with the ear like we did earlier. And then lift the left foot off the floor. So just building a little bit of outer hip strength. Try and lift it as high as you can. Reaching through left toes. Reaching through left fingertips. We're here for 3. Finding that stretch hopefully through the left side for 2. And 1, good. Pulling that left knee up towards the ceiling. Reach your left arm straight up to the sky. Place the left foot at the top. Now we're in our lunge, our twisted lunge. Right hand down, left arm reaches up. Twisting through the torso. Gaze goes up towards the left hand. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2, keep finding that spinal rotation. So you're using your core strength here to try and twist open to the left. Pull your right shoulder back. 1 more breath. Amazing. Left hand comes outside of left foot. Lift through the chest. Drag the right knee and the left heel towards one another. And we're just gently and softly getting into that right hip flexor and left hip. Now you can always use bricks here to support your hands under, framing the left leg if you want to. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2. And 3. Keep pulling the tummy in, keep squeezing the inner thighs. Now slowly we're going to walk our hands back as we straighten through the left leg. You can either sit your bum on your heel if you want to, or keep it elevated, keep it hovering. Try and straighten through that left leg. Reach forward through the chest. Maybe walk your hands a touch further forward. Fold down over the left leg. And let's pulse it here. So inhale, look forward. Exhale, let your head and chest drop down. Let's do 2 more like that. Inhale, halfway lift. Look forward, strong through the back of the body. Exhale, lower. Keep pushing your left heel down into the floor. Let's do that 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Now inhale, look forward. Point your left toes at a diagonal over to the left. So it's like you're trying to send the outer edge of the left foot to the floor, rolling the left inner thigh up to the ceiling. And you might notice a bit of a different stretch. So now it's running down through the outer left leg. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And try and fold here. Breathe for 3. Often when we do the stretch, we get into our inner hamstrings, but here we want to look and focus on the outer hamstring. 2, 1. Now inhale, point your toes up to the sky, and exhale, point your toes over to the left. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, point your toes up. Exhale, point them to the left. And let's do that 1 more time. So a bit more of a dynamic stretch. Inhale, toes up. And exhale over to the left. Good. Now inhale, point your toes high. Bend your left knee, right hand down. Left arm reaches all the way up. Pick your right knee up off the floor. And then send your left toes out to the side, kind of like we just did, but the foot's on the floor. Come onto the outer edge of the right foot. Now hover your right hip off the ground. Left arm reaches all the way back. If this feels like a lot on your knee, adjust so it doesn't. You can walk your right hand a little bit further forward. That you might find that gives you a bit more space. Maybe this foot stays at a bit more of a diagonal. Reaching that left hand towards the right foot. Scissor your inner thighs. Try and feel a stretch running down through the right side body. And then inhale, hips lift. You should feel this in your left outer hip. Reaching the left arm overhead. And exhale, reach it back. Right hip lowers. Right side body stretch. This one can feel intense. Try and stick with it. It's a good one for the glutes. Inhale, reach overhead. And exhale, reach it back. Let's do 1 more. Breathe in. And breathe out. So getting into the side body. Good. Now on your inhale, bring the left hand down to frame the left leg. Step back. And let's bring our knees down to the floor. Bring our chest and chin down. Good. Send your hands wide, fingertips on the floor, elbows up. We're going to rise up like a cobra. Squeeze the bum. Open through the chest, strengthening through the back. Exhale, come back down. Rise up, inhale. Exhale, strong through the back as you come down. So squeeze the bum and try and engage the muscles that run down the side of the spine, the extensors. Inhale, we rise up. And exhale, we come down. Good. Hands come underneath the shoulders, toes are pointed. Straighten the arms. Now lift your thighs, pull your feet forward, come into an upward facing dog. Let's pause here. Squeeze the bum. Pull the shoulders back, send the back of the head back, and pull your hips towards your wrists for 3. It's not often we actually linger in our upward dog. It's one of those ones that we often rush through. So try and feel the benefits of the posture, which is a gentle compression through the lower back, opening and stretching out through the front of the body, strengthening through the legs by lifting the knees and lifting the thighs. Let's do one more breath. Good, inhale here. Then drop the knees down, take it back into child's pose. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. On your inhale, come forward into your all fours. And exhale, drop your hips down. Look up, it's like a modified side or up dog with your knees on the floor. Now send your hips to the right and send your bum back towards your heels. So it's like you're trying to draw a big circle with your hips. It's not a perfect circle, so it doesn't matter. So send your hips to the left, side body stretch through the left. Hips drop, front body stretch. So this is a full body stretch. Hips to the right. Bum to heels, stretch out through the shoulders. Hips to the left. Hips to the floor. Breathe in here. Send your bum back towards your heels, child's pose. Take one breath. And then rise all the way back up into your all fours. I'm going to switch around just so I don't have my back to you. Now this time we're going to straighten through the left leg. Good. Kickstand on the, straighten through the right leg. Kickstand on the left leg. Coming into that modified side plank. Good. Squeeze your tummy. Push your hips so you feel like your hips are opening, squeezing the glutes, activating. Right arm up, then right arm overhead. Lift up the right leg as high as you can. Find that side body stretch, but also that outer hip activation. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Good. Right arm up, right knee bends. Breathe in. So we're strengthening a bit through the hip and the back body. Place that right foot down at the top of the mat. Left foot swings back behind the left knee and adjust yourself into your twist. Shoulders pull down. Head reaches forward. Breathe in. Rotate left rib cage up towards the ceiling. For 3. Rotate a little bit more. For 2, use your core strength to find that spinal rotation. Last one. Good. Right hand down, breathe in. And exhale, lift the chest, maybe come onto your very fingertips as you push your left hip forward. And all I'm looking for here is a hip flexor stretch through the left hip and maybe a bit of a groin stretch through the right. You can try and find that back body strength by lifting the head, lifting the chest. And I find the hip flexors are one of those areas that just take time to open. For most of us, they're tight because most of us spend time sitting. And when you spend time sitting, you spend time in a flexed hip position, and then the hip flexors just naturally get tight. So if you feel like there's a bit of, well, quite a strong sensation here, you're really not alone, I promise. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath. Good. Now slowly send your hips back. Adjust as you want to straighten through the right leg. Inhale, lengthen here. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale. Let's do that again. Breathe in. Breathe out. Amazing. Then inhale, we look forward again. Send your right foot diagonally out to the right. Again, getting into that outer hip, the bum, the IT band, the TFL, the outer hamstring. I don't know about you guys, but this is quite a tight area for me. So when I get here, sometimes I notice it can take my breath away. So breathe deeper, breathe with more intention, breathe with more focus. I promise you it helps. It gives you that ability to stay. So take a breath, fold over the leg. For 3, 2, 1. Good. Inhale, we point the toe straight up to the sky. Remember that dynamic stretch we did the other side. And exhale, bring the right foot to a diagonal. Inhale, point the toe straight up. And exhale, the foot to a diagonal. Ooh, one more, I can feel it. Breathe in. And breathing out. Beautiful. Inhale, toes point up. Exhale, fold over the leg. Nice. Now inhale, we're going to take it forward into our lunge. Left hand down, back knee lifts. Send your left hand a little bit further forward. I always find just that extra space makes it a bit more comfortable. Pick up the right toes, come onto the outer edge of the foot. Left hip comes to about an inch off the floor. And what I often see here is people hunched over. Open the chest, so lean back with the chest, the shoulders, the back of the head. So you try and find the straight line from the head to the toes. Reach your right hand towards that left foot. Try and find this left outer hip stretch, and only you can find it, only you can feel it. So go on a bit of a voyage of discovery as you need to find it. Now squeeze your inner thighs, and we're going to make it dynamic. So inhale, reach your right arm overhead. Lift your hips, right outer hip and right side body stretch. And exhale, reach it back. So we're really trying to get into all the corners, all those areas in the body that get tight. Inhale, we reach overhead. Exhale, we reach back. Good. Let's do one more of those. Breathe in. And breathe out. Perfect. Nice. Now from here, hands down, we're in our lunge. Step to plank. Drop the knees. And let's come down this time, chest and chin. So bring your chest down in between your hands. Release your toes. Push into baby cobra. Squeeze the bum. Lift the head, lift the chest. Draw the shoulders back. And exhale, lower. Feel your back body strengthen. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Press your feet down, lift your knees, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower, good. Then inhale, let's come into our upward facing dog again. So pull the toes forward, pull the feet forward, lift the chest, lift the head, push your hips towards your wrists, push down through your hands to try and find more lift and more space between your shoulders and your ears. For 3. Can you stretch out through the front of your body even more? For 2. 1, thighs are off the ground. Good. Breathing in together. And then drop your knees, send your bum towards your heels. Child's pose. Nice. Use this to stretch out through the back. Inhale, we come forward with the rounded back. Hopefully you find that stretch between your shoulder blades. Exhale, hips drop. It's like an up dog, but more chilled, more relaxed because your thighs and knees are on the floor. Good. Now the hips move to the left. Almost like a bit of a cow pose here, so you're sticking the bum out. Bum to heels. Nice. Hips to the right. Feeling that stretch through the lower back on the right side. Try and round your back, then hips drop. We reverse. Hips to the right. Good. Bum to heels, child's pose. Hips to the left. And lower. And we reverse. Last one, hips to the left. Bum to heels. Hips to the right. And lower. Breathing in here. And take it back into your child's pose. Inhaling. Exhaling. Breathe in. Keep reaching forward with your fingertips to try and stretch out and open through the shoulders. Then on your inhale, look up. Lift your bum away from your heels. Adjust your knees so they're directly underneath your hips. So this is not a child's pose, although it's similar. Your bum is over your knees. Reach your fingertips forward and let your chest and chin and forehead or whatever you can drop down to the ground. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale, bring your chin towards your chest. Try and round through your upper back, your thoracic, your mid to upper spine. And as you exhale, look forward. You might find your chest and chin can come a tiny bit lower. Inhale, chin to chest, trying to look towards your tummy button. And exhale, lower, chin to chest to the ground, look forward. And let's do 2 more. Chin to chest. And then chin and chest to the floor. Last one, breathe in. And breathe out. Now hold it here. You can have your palms flat or you can be on your fingertips for 3. Getting into the shoulders and your thoracic, your mid to upper back for 2. 1. Good. Press into the hands. Walk your hands back in. We're going to take it into our all fours and then back into our downward facing dog. Breathing in. Breathing out. Walk your feet in a little bit. Then pick up your left hand, grab hold of the outer edge of the right ankle, try and pull your right hip back and look underneath your right armpit. And our aim here is to find a stretch running through the right side body. So we are doing a full body stretch today, but there is a particular focus on our side body here because sometimes I just feel like we can get a bit neglected there. Try and stretch, try and twist, push through the right shoulder for 3, 2, good, and 1. Now we're going to switch, left hand down. Right hand grabs hold of outer edge of left leg. Gaze underneath the left shoulder for 3. Can you twist a little bit more? Push through the left shoulder. Squeezing your inner thighs, but trying to lift through the arches of the feet so your knees don't knock in for 2. And for 1, breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Inhale, reach your right hand down. Right leg sweeps high to the sky. Exhale, bring your shin to the floor. You can keep your shin at a diagonal. Use a prop underneath your right hip if you need to. Take it into a pigeon pose that suits you. If it's too much in the knee, lay down on your back, do a supine figure 4. Inhale, we lift the chest, lift the head. Let's do cobras here. Exhale, we lower. Inhale, we rise. And lower. Let's do 1 more, breathe in. Breathe out. And then finding a pigeon pose that suits you. So maybe this is it. Make a pillow for your head with your hands. If you can, bring that right shin further forward so you can find a bit more of a hip opener. And if you want to, you can find a twist with the left arm going underneath the right armpit. For 3. Keep trying to drag that left hip bone forward. 2. 1. Good. Breathing in. Breathing out. And then slowly press into the right hand. Let's rise up. The weight comes into the right sit bone. The left leg swings forward. And the left foot's going to come outside of the right thigh. So we're coming into what's called Ardha Matsyendrasana. So the left knee is going to point up to the ceiling. Hug it in as much as you can. Both sit bones on the floor. Lengthen through the spine, so push the chest forward. Left hand comes behind. Right elbow outside of left thigh. Breathe in. Gaze over the left shoulder. We're here for 3. 2. Try and lift through the head, through the chest. 1. Beautiful. Then on your inhale, look forward. So this one can be tricky if you haven't done it before. Bring your hands to the floor outside of your right thigh. Pick up your hips. Your feet don't change where they are, but you pivot out around on the heels or on the balls of the feet. We're going to go 360 degrees. So we come back to face the top of the mat, but this time our left shin is down, our right knee is on top. If you're really stiff and maybe a bit tight through the outer hips, it might actually look like the twist that we just did, but on the other side. And if it does, that's cool. All we're looking for is an outer hip stretch, so find the one that works for you. If you can, stack the right knee on top of the left. Now we're going to bring our right hand to the floor. Left arm reaches all the way over to the right. Maybe the right elbow can come down. And the more you can press your right leg down into your left leg, the more you're going to feel a hip flexor and an outer stretch hip stretch, or outer hip stretch through the left for 3, 2, 1. Good. Then slowly bring your left hand down, flexing through the spine and twisting. And then we walk our hands all the way to center. Reach your hands forward, let your head drop down, breathe. 2. Keep trying to lengthen and elongate through the spine. Keep trying to creep your fingertips further forward. Good. Then your hands walk back in. Breathe in. Let's lean back, swing our legs back, come into our downward facing dog. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Left leg lifts high into your 3-legged dog. Bring your left shin to the floor as you exhale. Again, do what you did on the other side, props or no props. Slide the right leg back, maybe supine, hang out there if it feels too much in your knee in this position. Inhale, we lift the chest, and exhale, we lower. We rise, breathe in. And lower. Let's do one more. Inhale, getting into the spine, lift the chest, lift the head, and lower. And then option to stay here, making a pillow for your head with your hand again. Option to bring that left foot further forward, maybe flex the ankle if it feels okay on the knee. And then left hand down, right arm can go underneath the left armpit if you want to make this into a bit of a twist. Breathe. Pulling the right hip further forward, pushing the left shin down into the ground, keeping that leg active. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Breathing in and breathing out. Nice. And then slowly we press into the left hand to rise. Weight goes into the left sit bone, right leg swings around in front, coming into the Ardha Matsyendrasana twist again. Right foot down, right hand behind, elongate through the spine. So we want to try and find this lift and lengthening first. Left arm can come outside of right leg, and we twist with our gaze going over the right shoulder. So most of the twist comes from above our belly button in that area around the rib cage called our thoracic. So we lengthen the lower back, and then we facilitate the twist by driving the left elbow into the right leg to twist through the mid to upper back. We're here for one more breath. Good. We look forward on our in-breath. Twist to the left, then we pick up the hips. Do that 360-degree funky move again, like magic. We're back at the top of the mat with our left knee on top of our right. Adjust as you need to. Left hand to the side, maybe left elbow down, right arm reaches over to the left. Pressing left knee and left leg down into right to really get into that side body stretch. I also feel this in the hip flexors. You might too, especially if you're tight in that space. But try and breathe into the right rib cage with right arm in line with the right ear for 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Breathing in, breathing out. And when it comes to stretching, we just need to spend time in that space just to let our body open up. So now twisting that right rib cage towards the floor, finding that flexed and twist position through the spine. Walk your hands further forward and try and stay down, reaching and creeping your fingertips forward. We elongate the spine and we fold. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath. Then slowly walk your hands in. Good. Let's rise up. Lean back. This time bring the soles of both feet to the floor. Grab hold of opposite elbows behind your behind your knees. And we're almost going to use them as like a block. So you can walk your feet in if that feels okay. Chin towards your chest. Your feet don't change, your arms don't change, but you're going to try and lie down. And by trying to lie down, you'll find a really nice stretch through the back of the body. So let your shoulder blades move forward. Let your spine round. Let your chin drop down towards your chest. And try and roll down as much as you can, but your fingertips gripping onto your elbows don't let you. And go to that place where you feel that stretch between your shoulder blades. We're here for 10. Drop into it for 9. Breathe into the back rib cage, 8. Try and pull the shoulder blades down, 7. Slow down the breath for 6. 5. 4. Keep rounding the spine, 3. Good, 2. And 1. Then slowly rise up. Notice how that feels. Maybe sway your head from side to side, and let's do one more pose. Let's straighten through the legs as much as available. It's optional to keep the knees bent if that feels better. If you're quite tight through the back of the body, through the hamstrings and through the back, a bent knee position will make sense. So flexing at your hips, reach forward, grab the shins or the feet. Maybe you can straighten the legs, breathe in, and fold. Grabbing hold of the outer edges of the feet if you can make it that far. Everting the ankles, so push through the balls of the big toes and pull back through the baby toe edge of the foot. Breathe in. Keep squeezing your inner thighs. Keep lifting through the quads. And let's spend 5 more breaths here, inhaling. Relax the neck if you want to. Keep visualizing the crown of the head reaching forward towards the tops of the feet. Keep squeezing inner thighs. 2 more breaths. Good, and then slowly rising up. Let's come to a seated position. I recommend to cross the shins. Breathing in, rest your hands on your thighs. Breathing out. And just sitting with the impact of this gentle and slow practice together. This gentle stretch through the full body. And sometimes that's all we need is just a stretch. Time to feel into the body, to release any tension. Simply stretch after a long day. Let's take a deep breath in together. Exhale, release. Join your hands together. Dropping your chin towards your chest. Thank you so much for letting me guide you through this practice. Gently open your eyes. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe.
And if you enjoy what we do here on YouTube, we would love your support on Patreon.
This is where we bring our community together so we get to know you better. And as a big thank you, we share even more content.
Like longer classes, live sessions, as well as programs like how to crow, how to split or handstand that you cannot find anywhere else.
We cannot wait to get to know you better there.
Namaste.
Namaste.